John Doodle, that's his name. Heard him talk about our country. Lord, I feel just the same. He speaks his mind, trying to help mankind and the people of the USA. Yeah. Oh, John Doodle, he got a lot to say. Oh, yes, he does. 'Cause there's a good old boy down in Texas, turning Texas blue. And there's a blue dot family in the USA. All over this world. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
Damn right there is, baby. And here we are, meeting again. I am so glad. Boy, that thing's messing with me. That is not right. I'm so glad y'all are here anyway. Piss on that, I can't hear it anyway. Dorothy Tyndall was the first one to jump in, followed by Miss Linda. Hi, Mary Elliott. Oh, shit. So you always look up at something, and you always go, damn, thought you had everything covered. Shit, no. Ain't nothing ever goes right. That's right. I got, oh, shit, wrong button. Come on. How y'all doing, baby? As I said, Dorothy Tyndall's here. Miss Linda. Brandon Johnson is with us. Jan Beats, thank you for being here, baby. Debbie Marie. Karen Van Wyk is here. I'm going to pause right here because when I read that just up there, I'm sure this happens to people occasionally. When you have something in your mind and then something happens and all of a sudden you say, wait a minute, is that right? And you got to make a decision, baby. Yeah, that's right. No, it ain't right. Karen Van Wyk is here, and I'm so thankful she is, and I'm so thankful that she puts up with my dumb ass who can't remember one thing from another sometimes. Anyway, Jeff Curry's here, thank goodness. I can pronounce that. Oh, come on, why ain't it? Oh, come on. Now my mouse ain't working. Jeff Curry's here. Curtis Wood, Carol Lowe, that smart-ass squaw is with us. Bill Joins is with us. Happy belated birthday to you, sir. Is this working? No, it's not working. Donna Bonacosi, I am so glad you're here. Gary Spring all the way up in Canada, thank you very much. Way to go, John. Hello, Mark Perkins. How you doing, brother? Anyway, I don't even know what freaking day it is. It's Tuesday, baby. It's Tuesday. It's time for another Blue Dot Family meeting. I got mail, baby. First off, let me pull out. Marcia got a card today in the mail, birthday card from Bernadette Pree, our own Bernadette, and word about her in just a minute. But it's a beautiful card, and it's some very nice birthday wishes. A little note to Marcia, and I want to thank Bernadette for doing that. Thank you very much, baby. I appreciate it tremendously, and so does Marcia. Now, speaking of mail, I got more mail, baby. Let's get this done. Wait a minute. Donna's asking me a question. Where's your necklace? Well, happens to be right there, baby. Right there. I got mail, baby. Donna Bonacosi sent us a package, and oh, my Lord. What a package it was. Let me tell you. It had cat treats, and it's got dog treats. They're here in this box. So, we got the dog and the cat taken care of. And then she also sent some nice little tea candles for Marcia. And, yeah, I'm going to put this right up here. She put some beauty face mask. What's that? That's not what you think it is. There's a variety of them. That's just one of them. Face mask for Marcia. She appreciates that very much. She's beautiful enough. But, and then two other little tea candles. They're very scented. They're very, very nice. Wait a minute, I'm not done. And then we got a box of these have already been opened, and these are these Faro, Roycer, whatever, little candies with the hazelnut in them. They're really delicious. And speaking of delicious, where else? What else? Wait, merci, and that's an assorted box of European chocolates, and oh my lord, very good. And no, that's it. That's came in there. And then one other, Donna, I'm glad you're here, baby. Because there's a mystery tablet here. We don't know what this is yet. We haven't opened it yet. There is a tablet, or it's like a tablet. And I know you don't throw that in there. So we need to figure out what that is, Donna. But I want to thank you. Those are shower bombs. These or this. Those are shower bombs. I think this is a shower bomb. Yeah, those things that you think, are candles, or shower bombs. Oh, I'm glad I didn't whoop them out and try to light a match to them. That would have been entertaining. and it's a Susan Jarrett, a yodel cake. No, I don't think it's a yodel cake, but I think it must be another shower bomb. And indeed, to top it off, the lights around my neck, which can be adjusted that way, a little faster, or you can just leave them on. And it was perfect this morning getting her package. It was all full of goodies. There were other things in there. Can't quite remember what it was right now, but there was something else in there that I was thankful to get. Anyway, Donna Bonacosi, thank you very much, baby. I appreciate it so much. It just made my day. And love you back, baby. Love you back. Tell Fred I said hello. Let me see. What's happening today? Well, taxes and money, baby. Taxes and a spending bill. Donnies taxes, they're debating right now in the House, I guess, in the Ways and Means Committee, whether or not to make Donnies taxes public. Well, go ahead, baby. Ain't going to bother me one bit. The Republicans are having quite a fit over it, although I want to point out the last time this happened, it was the Republicans that released tax forms, not the Democrats. But it's a game they're going to play back and forth. I forgot what Republican it was who said that if this is an outrage, that if we allow this, what's next? The Supreme Court tax? I wouldn't mind seeing the Supreme Court's tax returns. Why have they got anything to worry about, baby? That's what I'd have a question with. But anyway, the other big news is a $1.7 trillion spending bill that they're trying to push through the House right now. I mean, push through the Senate and get it done before the end of the year. And it covers a whole lot of stuff. Not everything we wanted to get, but it covers a whole lot of stuff, keeps the government floating. Kevin McCarthy, in his opinion, put out a tweet saying that any senator that supports that spending bill, any bill that they send down to Congress will be dead on arrival. Ain't that a fine politician? Ain't California proud of his ass? Really? You're going to determine the importance of legislation coming from the Senate based on you being butthurt. Not what kind of legislation it is, not whether it's good for the country and everything. It's just he's butthurt because somebody voted the way he didn't want him to vote. So that's who Republicans are. They're not interested in your life in this country that we call home. They're not, unless they're getting money, baby, unless it's big deals for them. They don't give a shit. And Kevin McCarthy just proves that in a nutshell. When you tell me that if anything that you send down, we're just going to vote it down, I just won't accept it. Well, you're just being yeah, that. Ain't you just proud of yourself? But that's the way it's going to go, baby. This is not going to be an easy 2 years coming up. This is going to be full of shit. And I keep saying it's going to be entertainment, but I feel bad for even saying that because it's sad that our country has to go through so much bullshit that doesn't have anything to do with our national situation, but has more to do with, oh my God, politics and the game of who's going to be in power. And it's damn well sickening until we ever get down to serious legislation. This country's going to have a problem for a while. But don't look for it in the next 2 years. We're going to be full of other shit. Joe Garcia, I seen your hand up,
How
buddy.
you doing? The policies are rolling.
The ball's rolling, buddy. Yeah, and we might get to see some taxes. He's fought like hell to keep them taxes out.
Woo, not only taxes, but there's someone, what is it, a senator or congressman's resume is in question.
Oh yeah, it's a congressman out of oh shit, I know it's on the east. In the east.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, he
he's
lied about everything in his life.
Well, what do you expect out of the GOP?
You know, it's all a facade, baby. It's all a facade. They wave the flag and sing the song, watch eagles fly by, but do they give two shits about this country? I don't think so, baby. They've gone beyond that. They're into a power play. That's it.
That's right, and even how he got his money.
Yeah. Well, everybody wants to see his taxes because it's just going to prove one thing: that he's just who we thought he was. A lying, thieving cheat. He's already bragged that he paid $750 in taxes. Really? You're going to say that? And he says that makes him smart. I think it makes him exactly what we think he is.
Yes,
He's
sir.
Self-centered, greedy bastard in my book. Hello, Aussie Dave.
Hello, mate. He's not a self-centered, greedy Aussie arsehole. What he is a psychopathic sociopath that has destroyed America throughout the world in reputation
He has.
and standard. He has tarnished your country, and the way that some of the people in your country have been defending him, backing him up, supporting him, even up to today.
Even up to today. Yes.
Even worse.
Yes, even today.
Even as worse as he is. And it is embarrassing to say that we all looked up to America as the guiding light on principle of laws and how people be free. You know,
That's the way we used to like to think of ourselves. That the world looked to us for guidance and leadership.
So it's just, we know you'll get back there. But you'll only get back there if you take the right track. You've got two tracks.
Indeed.
Unfortunately, you only have two. GOP track and Democratic track. If you take the Democratic track, obviously you'll get back online. I mean, I'm not saying the Dems are perfect and the world die either. It's not that it's going to be a perfect world.
We still have a lot to work out within our own party, but we'd be headed in the right direction.
The people will be looked after.
Yeah. I'm not too sure the Republicans are interested at all in...
no, they only have to make money for themselves.
That's about it.
It's a party of self-indulgence. That's what it is. It's a party of self-indulgence.
Let me pause for just a minute because there's something I forgot to mention when I got the card from Bernadette today in the mail. The first thing that happened this morning, she is fine. It was how I woke up this morning, opened my iPad, and there it is on the front headline, 6.4 magnitude earthquake, Humboldt County, California.
Yeah.
Holy shit. We have blue dots up in that area, baby, and Bernadette's being one of them. I immediately texted her.
There was more than one, John, wasn't it?
Well, there was one major that when I talked to Bernadette on the phone, she had already had 25 aftershocks. But as Bernadette told me, she lives on top of the mountain and is solid rock underneath her. So it shook her. It scared the shit out of her. It would me too when the ground starts shaking. We all look up. Oh, Lord, is this it? Even an atheist, baby, when the ground shakes, we're all like, oh, shit, Lord, what are you doing? But she is fine. Julian is fine. Dominic is fine. The whole family is fine. Cold, because that weather system we're all expecting is already blown through up there, I guess. And but yeah, she's fine, and I was glad to hear that. I was worried about her when I first saw the headlines and whatnot. You know.
She's at home, isn't she, John?
I'm sorry.
Is she at home, living at home at the moment? She's at home.
Yeah, she's at home.
She's not away on holiday.
Yeah, no, yeah. She's at home.
Okay.
Yeah, everything was fine. They didn't suffer any damage. A few things off the shelf, maybe, but not much. But yeah, she says she got up immediately and ran to the doorway.
Imagine Imagine her mind if she'd just taken a big toke of a nice bit of gear and then the
Yeah.
place starts shaking. She'd
Yeah.
be thinking,
Say,
fuck.
look at that pipe and go, boy, that shit's really good. I feel the earth moving. Yeah, I was happy to hear that. But yeah, for the all that are asking, Bernadette is fine. But yeah, we had a little concern for her this morning because we love Bernadette. She is a major part of this family, and as we do so many of our blue dots that have become so close knitted, we care about each other.
Unique.
So that's the good thing about this family. But yeah, I've heard they closed
Bernadette
Yellowstone
is very
Park because
unique,
of increased quake. Yeah. Ooh, that's a scary thought. Debbie Marie just said, I've heard they closed Yellowstone Park because of increased quakes and the magma closer to the surface. That's what's scary because y'all got to remember Yellowstone's nothing but a great big freaking volcano waiting to blow up one day.
No, I still think the GFB is scarier than the volcano, mate.
Yeah, that's true. We have to address the crisis as they come, and right now it is.
Why wasn't he charged for treason or seditious conspiracy like the others were charged?
I think it's coming.
Because that's a bit. I mean, what I'm saying is, why didn't the committee recommend seditious conspiracy?
I don't know why the January 6th committee didn't do it. They did insurrection, and they've done several other conspiracy charges. These are recommendations to DOJ.
Yep.
These right now with Jack Smith, special prosecutor, and by the way, they just started getting all the information today. DOJ did from the January 6th committee transcripts and all that stuff.
At time.
Yeah, so they're going to start pouring over that. Just because.
You know what I think?
What, Joe?
You know what I think is going to get Donnie?
Pray tell
Just
what?
the same thing that got Al Capone.
Taxes. It could very well
they're
be.
Looking,
I don't think.
Taxes.
You know, you look at the recent case up in New York over the Trump organization, and they were found guilty. That they lied on their taxes. You know they did. How'd they get away with everything that they did without lying on their taxes? So that's what put Al Capone in jail. If it's what puts Donnie in jail, I'm all for it, baby.
Oh yeah, I'll volunteer for them to give him the Al Capone suite.
Yeah.
But what is happening in Georgia? I mean, Georgia's still going to be pretty active, doesn't it?
We haven't even begun to delve into everything yet. We just got the end of the January 6th hearings. They're going to put out their final report tomorrow. I've tried to scan through. This has not been a good day, but I've not had much time to do what I need to do. But the report comes out tomorrow. They are starting to turn that information over to DOJ. I think, again, considering that this is the holidays, we're days away from Christmas. The House is going to try to push through, or the Senate is going to try to push through this $1.7 trillion spending bill within days, because they all want to go home, and we got a bomb cyclone coming. They're trying to get everything wrapped up and get out of D.C. So I don't think we're going to hear much over the next few days. I think the Christmas holidays will come, and we will celebrate the holidays, and then after Hanukkah is over and after Christmas is over, and then we might start getting into some meat and potatoes. That's when I expect to hear from Georgia, is after the holidays.
Then you'll have a Republican Congress.
I don't think that's not going to impact Georgia at all.
That's not the DOJ.
Yeah, that's not the DOJ or Fulton County.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, or Fulton County, Georgia, they could give two shits about who's in Congress.
Can they slow things down, John? Can this new Republican-led Congress slow things down for the DOJ and make things hard for anything that's been investigated?
I think what the DOJ is going to do is not the DOJ, Congress is going to start having all sorts of hearings, like we already know Hunter Biden's going to be one, but they're going to come up with a whole series
He's not a politician, though. He's not even a fucking
that they are going to
politician.
scream about and point fingers, and it's all going to be just a facade to keep their ass from being looked at. But
The Hunter was never in the White House, John. Why are they picking on this fucking guy? He was never in the White House.
Because he's a Biden.
He wasn't a politician. Yeah, so they're going to find he's a drug user and he's done a few shady deals with art.
Yeah, he's got some pictures on his laptop and stuff. The right is going absolutely nuts over it. They will. They'll hold a whole congressional meeting on it. They'll have a committee formed to look into his dealings with Burisma and all the evil stuff he did in Ukraine. And that's the way they're going to play it in the news. They're going to be, Jim Jordan's going to be rolling up his jacket sleeve while he's going to be out there just demanding, oh, don't do that.
Oh, fuck Jim Jordan. I hate him so much I could shit on his mouth. I hate him.
Oh,
he's the worst.
Well, think about it. He's going to be on the judiciary.
Everybody hates him.
Indeed. Ed, how are you, buddy?
I'm great, John. How are you?
I'm doing
Hello, Ed.
Dave.
He's like,
Ted
Dave Cruz.
comes on.
Everybody hates his ass.
That's true.
He's awful. He's just an awful man all round.
Yes,
Never be married to that.
yeah, how would you like to be?
I'll tell you this, Dave. At least you don't have to deal with it with your parliament.
Yeah,
No, it's a different setup, thank God.
thank goodness for you.
Anyone caught with their hands in the till here for 50 cents is shamed and tarred and feathered and kicked out. One guy only recently, who was a politician, was caught having an affair with his secretary while he was married. So he lost the position, and they have a sub-election, and they replace him. You've got to live a high standard as a politician in Australia, but you're supposed to lead by example. And if you're a lowlife, you're condoning lowlife behaviour. But we won't put up with that. British are the same. The English are the same. You do the wrong thing in anything. I mean, you don't pay your parking fucking ticket. They'll fucking persecute you in Parliament if you're a politician. So it should be. Over in America, you can rip off $1 million from the people or the government, and they say, fucking don't do that again. Or, hey.
One of the sad things I thought during this when I was talking to Mama earlier about Trump taxes and threatening to release them and all that. Now, of course, this would never happen, never, because Congress would have to vote on it. But I believe every congressman, every senator, everybody up on that hill, their taxes should be open book. And
yes.
Why are you concerned if they were? They're afraid, well, every American, well, you could look at my taxes all day long. It's going to tell you John's broke. That's what it's going to tell you. But what is it going to tell me about a congressman or a senator? What Ted Cruz look like? What does Jim Jordan's look like? And that doesn't go all the way just Republican. Democrat side, too. Because we all know powerful money plays in powerful politics, baby. And that's a sad fact.
That's the way we're going to clean up.
But to expect the Congress to actually vote on policing their own house, they're not going to do it. They would not do it in a heartbeat. They'd scream violation of the Constitution or whatever. They'll come up with some reason why it wouldn't. But I don't see a problem with it, and I don't think most Americans would have a problem with it either. If your congressman is your senator is making money on the up and up and doing everything according to the law, well, there you go.
But when you have the Ivanka Trumps come along and the Jared Kushners that come along and make $500 million and $2 billion, then no one's asking questions. Yeah. Well, I believe the ethics committee is. I hope something comes of this. But, it's not enough hullabaloo. But the laptop, fuck, that's the most important thing in America at the moment. Not that Jared Kushner got $2 billion.
No,
or
none of that.
She made $500 million.
No. And you have to wonder, why isn't that a bigger issue? Why isn't Jared Kushner's money more of an issue than it is? Because you don't hear anything about it. It's like Ivanka and Jared just went on along their merry way, and, well, don't look at us. See you later. We're not going to associate with Daddy anymore, so don't fuck with us. Well, shit, no. I don't think so, baby. I think there were some dastardly deeds done, not dirt cheap, baby, but done very expensively.
I'd be saying, if I was Merrick Garland, I'd be saying, where's your laptops, guys?
Yeah, where's your laptop? Let's have a deep dive into that shit. But yeah, it does. I got into that discussion with Mom about, we're not going to change it because again, Congress has to vote on it, and Congress is not going to pass a law that's detrimental to its own wealth, and that's what it is. There's not a single
By the way, if I
congressman in
get
that
cut off,
office is
John,
not a millionaire. Yes. How
if
high
I
is the
disappear,
water,
if I
Dave?
disappear, if I disappear, it's
Yeah.
because I've been cut off. The internet comes and goes here. The water at the moment is high. I put a video up.
I did see it.
See, all the videos show the whole river and all the towns. This one is a week old. It was filmed a week ago. Since
Yeah.
then, the water is halfway up that levee, and that one of the levees is starting to fail. But the water, yes, it's still creeping. I have, since I spoke to you last, I have an extra 6 inches under the place. And it's still coming up. We're not due to peak for 2 weeks, and then that's the first peak. Then the second peak is another 2 weeks after that, because there's 2 rivers come into one, and they're blocking each other, and it's a mess. But yeah, it's ugly. It's not something I ever want to go through again, because I thought, it's a bit of water on the house. How can this be inconvenient? It's not. It's when they tell you it's going to last for 3 to 4 months, and you'll have no services for that long, and you start wading in the water. My feet, John, my feet are infected. I've got infected feet in the water.
I know what you mean, because, I've waited. My river is like yours. When it does rise and we go into flood, it's going to be there for a while. It's like a month long at least, and it's not going anywhere for a while. But so you get used to trudging around in water and doing everything you have to do, walking through the water. But yeah, my feet would just get, you know how you are when you stay too long in the water. Yeah.
How can you sleep, Dave?
These were mosquito bites that were not. I didn't scratch them. I didn't expose them to the skin. They were just bites, and I walked in the water, and because that little mosquito bite on both feet hit that filthy water, which is all the runoff from the farmers' chemicals on their properties, coming down the river, my feet got infected, and my joints are swollen, my feet are swollen, and the mosquito bites are all festered, and I have to take antibiotics now. But that's how dirty the water is. So you don't go in the water if you've got any exposed skin, because you will get infected. It's dirty.
Well, just make sure you take care of yourself, Dave. We have a vested interest
I'm staying
in you,
at the water. I'm staying at the water. But on that video, behind the paddle steamer, there's a big paddle steamer. Right behind that is 3 boys and a single boy. 3 in a triangle, then 1. That is my entrance to my cove, which is right behind that paddle steamer. And I'm pretty buried in there, but I was the first to go underwater, because that was filmed 5 days ago, and it was put up yesterday. So it's not representative of what's really happened now. As I said, the water's halfway up that levee. That levee is 10 foot tall, and that levee runs for about 15 miles or so along our area of town.
Yeah.
It's a small town, but it's going to get worse.
I must say the water looks pretty, Dave. Like I told you before,
it does.
They call mine the Muddy River, but it doesn't look like that ever.
John, when I was a kid, my parents took me down the Murray River when I was about 10 years old, and I looked at the river and I could see it was blue. It was a blue river. You could see in the water, you could see 5-6 inches down the water. It was clear and blue. Today, it's brown and you can't see shit through it. Now, why? Because of the carp that was introduced somehow. We got carp.
Oh, really?
And the carp dig up the bottom of the river, make it all muddy. They kill other fish. They kill a redfin. They're an ugly fish. They introduced. They were imported from Asia or Europe, and someone dumped them in the river, and then they bred, because they were a banned thing in this country, and that was 25, 40 years ago.
And now look what you got.
That killed. You've got them in America. You've got the same problem. You have someone.
Yeah, we have invasive species that are not natural to our waters that have I can't remember the name of the fish.
Muddied the waters. They have made the waters muddy.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Because they're not meant to be bottom.
You're talking about those Asian carp?
I think so, Mr.
European
Chicken. How
carp.
are you, darling?
No, we're trying
Hi,
to keep
Mitch.
those out of the Great Lakes.
Yes.
I knew it was
Somehow they
somewhere up
make it
north.
in.
No,
Mr.
they get in through the
fucking-
bilge tanks on the freighters.
Oh, is that
Yes,
right?
that's what I figured.
But I think the
so,
carp are coming up the Mississippi, actually, or the Missouri, whichever.
Boy, howdy shit.
Yeah, they're coming up the rivers.
They're a filthy fish, and the law is here, if you catch one or you see one drowning, like gulping for air, you are supposed to kill it or at least not let it back in the water. You can be fined for quite a few $100s if you catch a carp and throw it back in the water.
Really?
They just hate it. Yeah, oh yeah.
Howdy.
They've had so many plans to kill them off. The world has been, not just Australia, other countries are trying to kill them off. But the Greenpeace and all that won't allow chemicals to be used in the rivers and all that stuff, so it's a bit difficult to deal with it.
Boy, howdy shit.
We need
Yeah,
to
we
build a
managed
wall.
to create the problem. Then we have to try and figure out how to reverse
How
it,
we're going to
or we
fix
could
what
just leave it be.
what we broke. Seems like a
Yeah.
vicious cycle, doesn't it, through history?
Because we've had zebra mussels here and lamprey and all sorts of weird things.
By the way, Mr. Chick, thank
Milfoil.
you for posting what you did in Discord. I didn't make it through
Yes,
all
that
of
was
it. That was impressive.
I did.
Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know what I posted because I posted a couple things.
Well,
Well, it was a lot of text and a lot of good reading because
Oh, you mean
it was-
yes.
what
yes.
about these crimes and what about this
the light
and
reading that I
about-
posted? Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I didn't make it
There's
all the way
more,
through.
but that was just the part I picked out.
It was interesting. It was interesting. I'm just it's been an unusual day, but
Well, I think we need to get our citizens committee together to look into the ethics committee, who needs to look into the ways and means.
ain't it sad? We
Oh, yes.
we ought to have a committee that looks into the. Yeah, we do.
We gotta have some kind of committee. I think we need a committee.
Yeah.
Everybody
Maybe
else has
all
got
right.
one.
A
So how do
citizens
you keep
committee.
a committee uncorrupt? How do you keep a committee uncorrupt? You have to pick the best of the best people that you know are uncorruptible. And that's what you need. And now that's freaking hard.
It
Well,
is.
no,
it-
mostly you have to pick somebody who doesn't have anything to do with what the committee's about. Unbiased.
But if you're on the committee and if I say to you, hey, look, you want a quick million? Just lean this way with your decisions, you know?
Well, like
it doesn't
today,
matter whether you're a committee for whatever. You're going to alter your course of decisions. You're
Well,
going
and
to do
today-
what?
Brady that was in charge of the Ways and Means today.
Mhm.
I think his name is Brady. But you saw all the grim faces, right? There was no way they were going to talk about it with all those cameras there. And it's like, sorry, but you got the fox watching the hen house. And that's
That's
no.
always been the problem. Is we have the fox watching the hen house. You know,
Yep.
it is, and you know, and it's not anything that all of us don't know. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my mouth.
Every country has the same problem.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Right.
You know, it's
And even if Donnie hasn't paid taxes in the last 15 years, it's because he's done that legally with all the loopholes and
there you
shootholes.
go, baby. There you
Yeah.
go. If he got away with it, if he it's more than likely using the tax code, which I always say is like 10 feet thick and ain't none of it concerning you. As a matter of fact,
Exactly. I
in
don't
this
make enough money.
This 1.7 trillion deal that's going through, the one thing that ain't in it, an increase in child tax credit. You're not including that shit. Suck it
Oh,
up,
no.
baby. You know?
I pay my 27%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't got no problem looking at my taxes. What are you going to see? You know, John's making billions of money. No, how are we looking at a...
Where'd your picture go, John?
Yeah, where did my picture go?
You're just a big
we're looking
wave
at-
right
I'm
now.
hitting the button and it ain't working.
It's a blue wave, though. It is a blue
Yeah,
wave.
it's a
nice
blue
blue
wave, all
wave.
right. Oh,
Oh,
great.
I think it's Aussie Dave's River.
All the other buttons are working properly. Let me
That's
see.
freaking carp. There you go.
We got the... Yeah, we got... Oh, look at there. It's the main camera is
Ah,
not working.
Huh.
How do you get a picture on Discord?
You turn on your camera.
What?
But we don't do that here.
What kind
Oh.
of picture are you talking about, Joe?
Well, like when I'm on Facebook, I can see John, but when I'm on
Okay.
Discord, I see little squares with
Yeah.
people's
Oh,
names, Mr. Chick,
That-
and
Yeah, we could all turn on our cameras, but then we'd all go offline.
right.
oh,
He doesn't have quite enough oomph to do that in this room.
okay. Well, I don't want to press the button because if my picture came out, it'd scare people.
Oh, shit.
We've seen you. You don't scare us.
You haven't seen me with my mouth full of tamales.
Well,
Hey,
okay.
hey, nobody wants to see that, Joe. Nobody wants to see that, buddy. I am sorry. I am trying to fix this camera, and it's
Well,
just
you-
not happening.
You come in and out. I guess it's.
How y'all doing today? Yeah, the side
Yeah,
camera's
it looks that
working.
way.
Ah,
I
get
think
a
you've got a
profile
button
I'm
pushed
hitting
somewhere,
every
John.
button now.
Oh, well, look, there's John at the store, and wait, we're getting a nice
No,
roll show here.
getting
All
the
sorts
intro.
of-
Oh, credit.
Ah, my camera's broke.
Huh.
My camera.
Maybe the
died.
camera's come unplugged.
Huh?
Maybe that camera's come unplugged, or
Is there a
it's
cat under the
disconnected
table?
somehow.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a
that's
kitty.
what I was wondering about, is if the cat was under here messing with something, but I don't. Right
What the
before,
friggin' hell, John?
right before I
What the
came.
hell? Look at super chat.
Huh?
Look at the super chat.
Holy
What?
shit. Well, damn it.
Aw.
Let me thank
Thanks,
Daniel
Diana.
Mosley, who came in with a $5 donation through Super Chat. Daniel, thank you very much. We appreciate it tremendously. And Diana Mallory, bequeather the Kong and Secret Squirrels, came in with a $100 donation and said, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy Winter Solstice. Love you, Blue Dot family.
And
I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. Baby, thank you very much for that.
Amen
I
to that.
appreciate Diana, Daniel, thank you both. I appreciate y'all so much.
such a generous woman.
That is a very generous
Yes.
donation. But Daniel's is just as important. I want everybody to realize that. I wholeheartedly thank Diana Mallory, but every donation we get here, I'm looking at that camera. We appreciate so much. I want everybody to know that. Let me see if I can fix this, at least
I can't get this to work.
somehow. That at least I'm looking.
Oh.
Oh, come on, man! Don't make it difficult.
Okay, he's squirreling now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's in trouble. He's in
Yeah.
trouble.
Let me see.
Well,
you
we
know,
can chat while he's figuring it out.
These things are sent to test you, John.
I'm getting
and-
dizzy, John.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna puke.
Oh, you moved the camera.
Just got to move the camera. Yeah, I just got the camera from over there. The other camera's still sitting there, but it ain't
Oh,
working.
okay.
So
Well, we can see you now.
there's nothing in here. No cats in here. So I don't know
Oh.
why all of a sudden it would just go think. Story of my
The
life.
gremlins.
Yeah.
Must have been the
gremlins, but-
Christmas necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that. Wait a minute. Oh no, that's off. There we go.
Are you
Get a little
cold? Are
festivity
you
going
cold,
here.
John?
Am I cold?
Are you
No.
cold?
No, I have
Yeah.
a sweater on.
Is it cold? Is it
Yes,
cold in Texas
It
at the
is.
moment?
It is cold to me. I think it is 47 degrees in translated into Britivo language. Freezing. I'm a wimp when it comes to cold, Dave. I'm telling you, buddy. No, we're
Me
supposed
too,
to get
me
down
too.
to 20 degrees.
It's cold and wet
It's going to
here in
be
Savannah,
minus
42
2.
degrees.
It's going to be minus 2 up in Dallas, they say. Minus 2. Holy shit.
That's nothing, John. It's cold and wet here in Savannah, 42 degrees. It's going to be that throughout the week.
Yeah, we've got one more day. I think tomorrow it is supposed to reach into they say, I think it's tomorrow, it's supposed to reach into the 70s.
Well, I'll raise you
And then
24
Thursday
degrees and
We
10
drop,
degrees wind chill. How's that?
we're gonna drop 50 degrees Thursday night with that cold front that's gonna blow in. They say for a
Yeah.
high of 72, and then we're gonna hit like 20.
I think everybody's going to get that.
Everybody is gonna get it from what I see on on the weather reports here lately.
Yeah.
It's
And
gonna
I
hit.
might be
Is
making
this-
the road.
There ain't
is this
nowhere you can
common?
head, Joe.
Well, my daughter wants to go to Oklahoma, go pick up her husband because
No,
he's working up there, and I told her I will drive for you because I got more experience in that
oh, don't
in
you
that
know,
realm.
Joe? That's gonna be. Are you gonna go?
If she calls on me, I will go.
And that's gonna be a rough ride, Joe.
It's gonna be a rough one, but I've been there before.
Well, be careful if
I've-
you
Now,
do.
is this weather normal for Texas?
No,
Oh,
no.
not really, but
So would you say that climate change then is you've noticed climate change since you were a kid?
Over
oh yeah.
over the life of my lifetime, which, like I said, I've spent my life here. I was in the Cub Scouts here. Does that tell you something? I've been here most of my life. I have noticed a change. I've noticed a change.
Yeah.
The winters, you know,
So have I.
again down here, our winters are they come. It comes and goes. Our winters usually last a week, maybe a week and a half, and then it warms up again, and then maybe it'll get cold again. But it ebbs and flows, and whereas most of the people up north is freaking cold.
But there's
all
a
winter.
big difference. There's a big difference, John, in cold here and
Yes.
cold up there. They have a dry cold. We have
We have
a humid cold
yeah,
with wind. And I
Really?
remember when I was younger.
yeah.
I remember when I was younger. I was up there in the oil fields working in the tower. And
Working derricks is not a place you want
Yep.
to be.
nope,
No.
raining, cold.
It doesn't matter what the
wind.
weather is in the oil field on a
Mhm.
drilling rig. It doesn't matter what. It could be lightning, storming, anything. It doesn't matter. Your ass is on that
It doesn't
rig and
matter.
that bit is turning.
I-
And if you're
I-
working derricks, that's where you are.
Disagree
Mhm.
about the cold, dry stuff. It's 74% humidity here at 24 degrees.
Wow.
Where are you at, Miss Chick?
She's
I'm
got,
in northern Michigan.
in
Northern
Michigan.
Michigan. I went
Hence
up
the
there to
name.
Pennsylvania. I was up there in Pennsylvania right after the Johnstown flood, and I was working setting up trailer houses, and I was in a T-shirt, and people out there were all dressed up, and they say, "Aren't you cold?" I said, "No, cold is back where I'm from." To me, that was cold.
Yeah. I don't know.
But, you
I'm
know,
just like I
it's-
said. I'm a wuss when it comes to weather. I don't like cold. I don't like to be cold. As a matter of fact,
Well,
my-
what you need to do, John, is do with me layers of tamales, layers of menudo, and
yeah, layers.
Cheese on top of everything.
That's right,
and
there
baby.
you go.
hot sauce of
Uh,
some type.
I don't know why we never broke down over the many, many years. Marsh and I have been together 45 years, and just recently bought an electric blanket. Oh, I love this thing. Oh, I love this thing. Because, well, I don't like getting into sheets that are cold. It makes my body just tighten and shiver and shit. So we got an electric blanket, and now I just, and I'm amazed. Last night I told her, you know what I like about this, honey? She said, what? I said, I have my feet over here, and it's nice and toasty warm. But if I move my feet real quick over here to this other spot, it's even warmer. It's not like you have. Anyway, I want to thank Keith Thompson, who came in with a $5 donation and said, weather in Minnesota, currently 3 degrees and dropping to 22 below. Then there's the wind chill. Oh, no. I'm going to pray for you. I don't have to. Them people's tough up there. That's normal for them. Are you
Close the
shitting
door,
me?
Keith. Close the door.
Yeah, close that door, Keith. Don't let that shit come down. Too late. Too late. But when you look at the map, man, this thing's going to be like a bomb cyclone, man. It's really going to impact all. That's how come senators want to hurry up and pass this 1.7 trillion thing and get the hell out of Dodge. And they're expecting it to go through the Congress for the same reason, because congressmen and senators want to get the hell out of there.
I think they are already packing up today. Are you
I
kidding me?
think so. Most of the vote's probably already done anyway.
Well, I'll
Let's
get
get back to
Dave doesn't have to worry about that. All he's got to worry about is treading water.
Yeah,
That's it.
Dave.
But I want to get back to Margie Taylor Greene and Bobert. They are fucking killing each other. Those two are a laugh. I mean,
enjoying it.
And Matt Gaetz is siding with Bohert, whatever fucking name. Matt Gaetz is out there saying she should be speaker and she should be this.
Yeah.
These are the problems the GOP have. Are these loose cannons running around?
And
that's unexperienced.
Yeah, that's their main drive nowadays is their bullshit. Is shit like her. I'm looking at it right now. Wait a minute, this thing is messed up again. Ain't nothing I do.
And they lied about, like you said, their history, their resumes is all bullshit. Anything to lie, cheat, and steal, as you say, to get into politics.
Get in. It doesn't matter how you get in, what you do to get in, or how you stay. It's like saying we have an ethics committee and then laughing about it.
Yes.
Because we have an ethics committee.
It's broken.
Well, that's like trying to make it real compared to what?
Yeah, that's the problem that we have in our government now. Is
I wonder how long it takes Liz Cheney to declare her independence as such as running as an independent. I wonder how long that would take.
I don't know. She may.
Or do you think if she go back to the Republican Party once Trump's completely gone? Do you think they'd take her back?
She may not.
She would have to move, though.
She may not leave.
Liz?
This is true, too, yes.
I don't think she's going to leave. I think she's going to stand her guns. She's going to wait for all the rest of them to finally catch up with her and realize that hanging your ass around Donnie was a bad thing to do.
I think you're right. She's going to stick with her party. But she's going to have a hard time at home, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't,
But she can still be a voice.
People.
She can definitely be a voice for that party.
She will be a voice. She's not going away, I don't think.
I think we're going to hear from Kinzinger a lot, too.
Yeah. As well we should until the rest of the Republican Party finds their ball somewhere. Decide to stand up on their own. I don't know what is going to save the Republican Party, because there is that conflict within is what they have to deal with. And let them knock each other out.
Yep.
Let them shoot at each other all day long.
If Jack Smith does his job and does it properly and applies the law where the law should be applied, there'll be a few GOP senators and congressmen who will not be around. They'll be arrested or indicted and eventually hopefully go to jail or whatever they get. But there are guilty people who tried to overtake your country, steal your government, tried to invade your country. They're still working within your parliament.
They're still within our government. And that's an insult to all of us, I think. The fact that they, especially, we're looking at these four that are being referred to the ethics committee. These are people that actively sought to overthrow this system of governance. They actively sought to overturn the will of the people and install Donnie as president. So we need to deal with this shit. Like I say, what do they keep saying? A failed insurrection is just practice for the next one. Because if we do not take care of this shit, if we do not address it, then we're setting ourselves up for the next time. And who's to say the next time ain't going to work? Huh?
The DOJ would be saying... The DOJ would be saying, well, if you're a politician, you break the law, I suppose we can't really investigate or charge you. It'll look political. So, okay, you can break the law while you're a politician. That's what it sounds like.
Absolutely. You know what else, John?
It doesn't sit well with those people that probably went to jail for a misdemeanor or something silly. And these people that try to destroy your country and overturn it and riot are walking around getting first-class dinners and first-class lunches and living in the high life,
Well, it's a bit of an insult, and it sets us up for more class wars, quite literally.
Indeed.
Socioeconomic wars. The haves and the have-nots. Guess who haves it all?
This next election really is going to tell the tale of which way this country is headed.
We're going to have to fight tooth and nail.
We do. We're going to
We
have to
do
fight
have to
tooth and
fight.
nail, not only for the presidency, but everything else. Again, the House is going to be up, and I think there'll be a few Senate seats up.
And
I
again,
hope,
we can't always just look at the top of the pyramid either. We got to go down to the
All
base
the way
of the
down
pyramid.
to, yeah.
oh, yeah.
There's people,
that's-
you know,
Yeah.
tampering with our school systems and everything. We just nope. We got to start at the
we always
very
stress
everywhere.
that every election is important, all the way down the line to the dog catcher. You don't want a
Oh,
dog
yeah.
catcher that's going to go around kicking dogs. So it makes a difference who you put in that truck. It makes a difference who we put in that office, and
Guess
who
who
we.
Well, I
flunked
know
the test?
most of us are of age to, you know, have grown children and then grandchildren. So we don't necessarily have, you know, our own
Yeah.
children in school right now. But that doesn't mean you can't go to your local school meetings and school boards and see what the heck they're up to.
It's
Exactly.
showing that you're
Guess
a
who-
concerned citizen, and
Yeah.
you have we've been down this road. We've been through so much in our lives that even when you're a grandparent, you have a voice in there because of the experiences that we've all gone through.
Hey, I pay
Yeah.
my taxes into the
Well, hey,
schools.
Travis.
I can have go and go to watch
Travis.
a meeting and
Hold
say what I
on.
want.
Guess who flunked the test this week?
Who?
Flunk.
And
The
what?
Uvalde School Board was infiltrated. A person went into the cafeteria at school and got in, and luckily they stopped him. But he was part of a test to see how secure that school was, and they
Oh.
flunked.
The kids weren't there, were they?
No. There was a cafeteria personnel working there,
Mhm.
but they were testing the security of the school, and they flunked miserably.
Yeah,
Mm.
walked right in through the cafeteria door. I understand.
Hmm
Well, isn't that
So that
lovely?
problem hasn't been fixed.
No.
Well, and partly have they worked with the staff to, you know, learn about all the ins and outs and safety measures? Have they done that?
Yes,
I don't know.
they
They
It's
tested
too much
supposed
of,
to be.
It's not my job. It's too much of it's not my job. Let someone else to do it or handball it. No one wants to stand up and take responsibility and say, let's solve this issue. Meaning, back when after you've already like this, that guy shouldn't have got in there. I mean, someone within that school or someone with that outside the school, whether it be the local police force, should have had a system installed or set up that couldn't have happened. They've let it go because no one's standing up and putting a hand up and saying, I'll fix it, or they're standing up and saying, it's his job, or it's his job. Or I'm not going to do it, it's going to cost me money. It's just no one wants to take responsibility for anything. They just want to rely on other people.
Hey,
I think
And
you're
that's
right
what-
there, Dave.
hey, speaking of
The
money,
whole world's become that way. Let someone else do it.
as of 3 minutes ago, the House committee approves release of Trump's taxes. So
Yay.
we are all
3
going to
minutes.
get to see what Donnie
That
Boy's
ball is
been
rolling.
doing with his taxes. Not only that, we'll get professional analysis. You know, all the news organizations are going to be jumping on this shit. They're going to pour through they have their own auditors.
Where did you hear that, John? Because I just got the same thing come up
I'm
on
looking at
my Yahoo.
I'm looking at the New York Times.
Yeah, well, this is my just come up with Yahoo.
Yeah, there you go.
So it must be big news. Breaking news: House committee votes to publicly release report on former Trump's and his taxes and his tax returns open.
You remember
Yeah.
that?
So it's big news.
Remember that ball we said was starting to roll? Yeah, it's picking up speed, baby. It is.
More like a snowball rolling
Yeah,
down
we're-
the
yeah.
mountain.
Oh,
Yeah.
the little snowball is going to get real big.
Like a
Yeah.
snowball running downhill, running for hell, or whatever that song used to be. Yeah,
Well, I hope it engulfs all the GOP senators
I like
and
it.
congressmen
I like it.
and the enablers. All the enablers have to go down
This
as
is
well.
going to piss
Not
off
just
the
the
Republicans,
soldiers.
baby.
Oh yeah.
John, that snow is yellow.
Yeah, that snows you.
Maybe orange. Yeah.
Oh,
Well
boy,
said.
howdy shit. That's good. I'm glad. Release his damn taxes. He has been fighting for years for nobody to see that shit. You know there's a reason for that. along
Hey, he's
with
got so much all going at him right now. Why not?
yeah.
You know,
Oh, I want it to
throw it
pile
all
on
at
him,
him.
baby. I
See
want
what
it all
sticks.
to come at one time. I want Fulton County, Georgia. I want his taxes. I want the DOJ. I want the special prosecutor. Are you shitting me? Let it
Yeah.
rain, let it rain, let it rain.
And then I
Oh,
wanted to have that little Republican trickle down, you know, where it goes into the Kerry Lakes and all those other people. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think she's
Anybody who
didn't one of her cases survive? Is still going
Oh, they
forward. Kerry Lake.
no, I think it got thrown out.
Did it?
It's yeah.
I
I don't think
knew
it's gonna
some
make
of
it.
them was, but I thought one of them might have made it through.
They're
I'm
getting
not
tired
sure.
of it, so they're
Yeah.
just throwing it out.
She's
And the
trumping a
Proud
skirt.
Boys go to court.
Proud Boys are going
Don't
to
the
court.
Proud Boys?
Yes, they're
That's
going
their
to court.
turn now.
Yes, that's going on right now, and
Oh yeah, the Proud Boys.
Proud Boys for
They plotted
started
to try and
today?
take out one of the
For
FBI
sus-
agents
for the-
that were
yes.
investigating them.
yes, they were trying to assassinate.
Like that was really smart.
yeah, ain't that something you want to do? Let's
Let's
put it.
just double up on the dumb, huh?
It,
But that was
you know,
very, very smart to separate the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers. They dealt with the Oath Keepers now. Now they deal with the Proud Boys. That was clever because we get to hear how both groups work, not just the collective.
yeah, but
Each
they're
one
two
what they
peas in the
done.
same pot. There are a bunch of people that the Oath Keepers. It just insults me. Just their freaking name. Fuck you. You didn't keep your oath. You broke your fucking oath. That's exactly what these people did.
Well, it's a different
and I
oath
don't
that
care
they
how
took.
they try to justify that shit in their own fucking mind with all sorts of conspiracy ideas or what ifs or maybes or I don't give a shit. They broke their fucking oath, so fuck them. And I can't say it any plainer than that. And as far as the Proud Boys
No,
go,
you
I
can't.
just think they're just a bunch of freaking idiots.
Yep.
No, John, they're assholes.
They're assholes. And that's what they want to
Yeah.
do. They want to act like assholes. They want to create mayhem wherever they go, create
Exactly.
a problem. You know,
They're
they don't.
Nazis.
That's, brown shirts, buddy.
They're Nazis.
They're brown shirts.
not-
Right before all the
Yeah.
Nazi shit, they were the brown shirts. That's who Trump's people are.
Yep.
They're the
Yep.
brown shirts that became the Nazis, became
Yes, sir.
the
The SS.
yeah,
Gestapo.
the Gestapo. Exactly. That's,
Gestapo.
Yeah,
that's who
but
they
they were
are.
around before Trump sort of reared his ugly
The
head. He just picked up on him.
Capaccio. The Capaccio.
It's a base of as far as the Oath Keepers, they sell it by freedom, America. We're going to stand up because blah blah blah. Fuck you. And the
But
Proud
where
Boys,
does the money come from? Where's this money come from for these
right
groups?
wing
Where do
donors.
they get their money?
Yeah,
There are
Right.
people that support
Second
them.
Amendment donors.
Yeah, people.
So
that,
they should be investigated.
hey,
Well, they
They
can
should
give their
look
money
at it as
away.
well.
you know how we could do that?
You know.
Let's release. And I'm glad to see. By the way, I noticed in the news because, and I pointed out to my wife because I said, I see, I told you. Remember when I told you Donnie's NFTs are just a way for him to get money.
Launder money?
Well, I didn't use the word launder, but they are using that word
I
now.
did.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think you did, to launder money. It's a
I
way
did.
for him to hide
I
the
did.
fucking money.
Yeah.
So, I was glad to see that because this first thing came to my mind. It's not because he's thinking he's going to make a killing on selling NFTs because the market's gone for that.
And as far as we know, he's only got one lawyer that he actually has to pay.
Oh, and speaking of lawyers, got another
Yes,
lawyer. I
you're
did,
going to say it. You're going to
Another
say it,
law-
aren't you?
yeah, Cassie Hutchinson's first lawyer, who was a White House ethics lawyer, who I can't remember his name right now. He might be facing disbarment because they are saying that he advised Cassie Hutchinson to mislead the January 6th committee is what they're saying.
Yes.
He told her, and I guess they have it verbatim because they had the number of times he said no 5 times. We don't want to do that when advising her that if the prosecution or that the committee was asking her a question, there's nothing wrong with saying I don't recall. But if you say
Plead the
you
fifth.
don't recall and you actually do recall, well, that's a fucking lie. And you are advising your client to lie to the commission,
Right.
to say, oh, I don't recall, when in fact she does know.
John, she would have gone for plead the fifth.
Yeah, she could have done that, but she didn't. You know,
Yeah,
she
she's not guilty
and
then.
mind you, right after evidently this incident happened with that attorney, and like I say, he's a White House ethics attorney. So he's working for the White House, and he's advising Cassie Hutchinson to tell the January 6th committee, tell them I don't recall on certain issues.
And that wasn't the only one. And he's not the only lawyer that done that, I guarantee you.
Oh, no.
No, that's
There was others
standard
doing it.
operating procedure.
But right after that is when she switched lawyers. That's where I was going. That's where I momentarily
And she
stalled
got
for a
the
minute.
right
Where was I
advice.
going? Yes, she switched
Good for
lawyers
her.
right after that. So she knew that he was advising her to go in there and lie. And
Yeah,
so I think
cover it up
she
for us,
decided,
girlie.
no, I ain't doing that. I'm switching lawyers. Get out of here. And he was a White House attorney, a White House ethics attorney. Really? So much for that ethics bullshit in that White House.
It runs so deep. The
It
corruption
runs through the
so
whole
deep.
thing. Everybody associated with Trump. And I remember when we first started doing this shit, you know, if you look back at my very first videos, when I'm talking about all of these people, they're going to get Trump shit smeared all over them. It's going to smell, and I'm wiping my hands. And that's exactly what has happened over the 7 years we've been doing this shit. All these people that were with him, they got Trump shit. They got smell all over. Michael Flynn, he's a disgrace to his fucking uniform.
Oh,
Yeah, that stink isn't going to come off.
Yeah, it
They
ain't
aren't
coming
gonna
off.
forget
Never.
that.
It's always
Nope.
stuck on his ass. All of them.
And even their little band of brothers don't even want to be near each other. They all got their individual stink, and they don't want anybody
Yeah.
else's.
It's what
see,
they've
he
done to
has
themselves.
charges, surely.
Huh?
He has to face. Surely he has to face some charges.
Who? Michael
Flynn.
Flynn?
Like,
He's already been pardoned. Why would he want to fight it?
Yeah, but he's got part of the insurrection. He was part of that. He was involved in the
And
planning of that.
he may come up with that because I don't think
All
it
those
was a
people in
blank.
the
It
war
was,
room.
yeah,
what can't be a
Bannon and all
blanket
that,
card
yeah.
for anything
they
in
are
the
all
future.
tied up in the insurrection, and I don't think they're done with Bannon or Roger Stone yet.
I hope not.
They still have things, you know. Or Roger Stone, I hope they get him, just for that pure fucking statement he said of "fuck you, we win. We don't give a shit what your numbers say. Fuck you, we won." No,
Bannon's only been in
asshole.
jail after being guilty. He's still not in jail.
Yeah, that is what is making American people want this justice so much. They want them held account because we've already seen people that should have been held account and they're not going to be. They got the pardon. They got away with it. They ain't got nothing to worry about. A list of them, and we know a list more that were asking for pardons, and a lot of them were congressmen. You know, it's sickening to see the depth of what this has done.
This was so premeditated.
It was a plan, baby, from word one. From the moment that man now predecessor this with the Republican Party had already gone to the dark side long before Trump came along. To me,
Yes.
they went in the first peek through the door through Reagan. By the time W was in there, they're already in the door making money. And then
Yep.
Trump came along, and boy, howdy shit. You see what we got from that crap. It's the
Yeah.
Republican Party that has slid so far off the rails. You talk about a party that is concerned with nothing except the wealthy people of this country. Fuck everybody else. Anything that you see that the Republicans support, some meager little thing, it's just a facade to try to keep you thinking, he's okay, he votes for me.
No, that's why they
No.
were sweating behind those doors today at the Ways and Means Committee. Because,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, they're going to see where we get our
They're
money.
threatening all sorts of shit. Like I said, if this happens, it's going to be a slippery slope. They'll demand Supreme Court taxes. Well, let's do that.
Yeah.
I want to see who's
Yeah.
fat. Yeah.
Unless
shouldn't we
there's
see
serious jail time, and or serious heavy fines for these people, the Ways Committee,
That's what I'm saying.
find guilty, it will happen again. It will happen again. They get found guilty by these Ways Committees and they get slapped on the wrist,
you're
they
gonna-
walk away, and they do it again.
And you can apply that to everything we're talking about. Not only
And
the
that whole
taxes,
argument
the
of what
insurrection,
it will
everything.
do to the citizen is like, really? We already have an IRS that can look at any of our shit. Anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you
you
know.
commit one little offence and you cop a week in jail or 2 weeks in jail, whatever, if you slap someone in the face, whatever. These politicians can rip you off blind and lie to you in your face and try and overdo the
They
country,
can flip
and
the
they walk
finger in your
away.
face. They flip the finger in your face and walk away knowing they're safe as shit.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes,
what
it's
that is
wrong.
what's
It's
so
all wrong.
it is wrong. It is wrong. And I'm hoping that his presidency is what kicked off a revolution in this country to clean house, to try to fix all this bullshit that we're talking about, all the corruption that we see, all the deals like Kevin McCarthy, right? That way, if you send a bill down here, it's dead on arrival. You don't even know what the fucking bill is. It's not about the bill. It's not about the laws. It's not about anything. It's about your petty fucking grievance or some bullshit. And
Translate that statement. What that statement translated means is fuck the people and anything you want for the people.
That's
We're not
exactly
going to
what it
approve
means.
it.
That's exactly what that means. When
All I know is
to
this.
quote him, when he says any spending pack, anybody votes on it will be, any bill sent by a senator who votes on that will be dead on arrival. So
That's
he
a
is
threat.
telling you.
He's threatening them.
He's threatening them. He's
That's
threatening
still,
any
they worship
senator.
Trump like
That's
all
a house, a
because-
congressman, a speaker of the house is threatening senators. Are you shitting me? Are they
Yep.
that scared of you,
13
Kevin?
in particular,
think
he's
so,
threatening.
I don't think
Well,
so.
he's not necessarily a Speaker of the House yet, is he?
Kevin,
he thinks he's
no,
gonna
he
be.
ain't. He thinks he's going to be, but he ain't got the 218 votes it's going to take. So
Well, that's the other reason he's threatening people.
yeah. Oh, he's acting like he's Speaker of the House. He's the minority leader right now, though. He is leader of the minority, but he wants to be
A lot
Speaker.
of these guys are thinking like, this what gets me with this freaking DeSantis guys, right? He's acting like Trump. He's stealing Trump's cult from Trump. He's carrying on he's picking up where Trump left off, but with a different language. And he's winning Trump's cult. That's what he wants. I want your cult, and I'm taking them off you. And Trump knows this. That's why he hates him.
That's how
Because the
come
cult will
Trump
now
is still
follow
supporting
DeSantis.
McCarthy. You know, think of what McCarthy has on Donnie. You know,
Yes.
so
The
Donnie's got to
conversations
have a
they would
lot
have.
more on Kevin than Kevin's got on Donnie.
Oh, man, I think every world leader has something on Donnie. I don't
I
know.
think so. Everybody does.
Exactly.
I wish they'd
Well,
start
guys,
dumping it
our
out on
Prime
the
Minister
National
here-
Enquirer or something. I don't. What?
Well, he's
Our
got
Prime
businesses all over
Minister
the
here-
world. I'm sure they know something.
Yeah. What's that?
Our Prime Minister here was right. Our Prime Minister here was raked over the coals 4 years ago when that phone call he had with Donnie. That was Donnie didn't want to have anyone listening in or
I
it be
remember.
recorded.
I remember that.
And our Prime Minister had the phone call and got in the deepest trouble, mate. He almost lost his job. It was something that we just don't condone.
Donnie
Yet,
tried
you know,
very hard not to have any of his phone calls recorded.
But he tried to convert our Prime Minister. We don't know if he ever did. We just don't know if he ever got any favours from our Prime Minister.
Well, that's why he tried to sneak off into the night with all those boxes of papers.
And we're still not sure we got all that. There is so much still cooking on. If you look at all the cases, the documents case out of Mar-a-Lago, the Fulton County case, the DOJ, and there's several more that I'm missing, and I'm suspecting we're going to see one for tax
you know what they're
evasion
called,
pretty soon.
John?
Huh?
You know what they're called? You know what they're called, don't you? You've got
What's that?
so many loose ends. Loose ends. They're called loose ends. There's so many loose ends. You need to start tidying a lot of loose ends up to make it a nice package. At
And
the moment,
I
it's
think you're
all the
got
edges.
some
All the
distortion
edges are
going.
tattered.
Hold on, Dave. I
Big
got
time.
a problem. Maybe.
it's
Oh
it's
no,
Ed Bailey.
Dave. No.
No,
We lost Dave.
it's Ed.
Yeah, we lost Dave, but I don't think it's Dave.
Ed, can you
No,
mute?
it's Ed.
Yeah, I can mute. What's going on?
You're.
Yep,
thank
yeah,
you.
that's who it is. That's who it is.
Oh no,
Ed,
it's back again.
I had to mute you. You got a problem going on with your audio that's really coming in loud and bumping around.
Yeah.
Let me unmute him here. Let me see if he fixed it.
Oh, we can't quite understand you, Ed, because that's how
No.
bad the distortion is.
Yeah, no, Ed, you've got some kind of drum beat going on there, brother. Coming through heavy on your. I'll tell you what. If you can hear me, I'm going to put you down in the room, and then I'll bring you back up again, and let's see if it's Discord or if it's your.
We got Ozzy back.
Yeah, we got Ozzy back. There you
Nope.
go.
Ed.
Still there.
Hello.
It's still
You
there.
got me? Good.
Yep.
Ed,
Still there.
I can't hear it. You hear
I
it?
There's
can hear it.
electrical disturbance.
Yeah.
Y'all can hear it?
Yes.
Okay, he's gone. Yeah, I couldn't hear it that time.
No. He has some kind of electrical disturbance, some kind of
Interference on it.
It reminds me of when
Yeah.
the truckers used to go by and their CBs would come off across your TV set.
Well, in fact, it could also be if he's got power linesmen working in the area doing something to the lines,
Yeah.
that will come back through the system. It could be many things. It could be lightning, atmospheric. But I thought it was John's lights around his neck. I thought, hang on, those lights might be
That's what I did. I thought that for a minute. Can y'all
Ed
hear
got
it?
back.
Can y'all still hear it?
Yeah, that's better.
Ed, unmute your mic, buddy. Let's see if you.
He's
Yeah.
unmuted. Now he's unmuted.
No, it's showing me muted, and I can't hear him at all.
We can hear him.
You can hear him?
We can hear him, and he doesn't have
fine.
any
I see how this
distortion.
shit is, Ed. Go ahead, talk behind my back. Go ahead, talk some smack out there now,
Talk
because I
behind his
can't hear a
back,
damn
man.
thing you're saying. No, I can't hear him.
No, you're good. You're good, Ed.
Wait a minute.
One thing is that Trump's cult is eating up those NFT cards like God knows what.
Are they?
Yeah, they are.
Like horseshit.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
And he has got fine print on those NFTs. If you notice in the advertising, the fine print, which was brought up by the Young Turks, that says that none of the money goes to his political fund. This is totally unpolitical.
Well, no, it's going in
He
his
is
pocket.
saying that he gets none of the money. That he
Yeah,
sold
right.
he sold this deal to NFT LLC something.
But there's nobody at the office.
No, it's a little. I forgot where it is now, but it's right between Four Seasons.
Utah.
Huh? Where is it?
In Utah.
In Utah, between the Four Seasons.
And the
place and
Chinese
dildo shop.
Restaurant.
restaurant.
The Chinese
Oh,
Is that,
Yeah,
is
it's
that
a-
what
it's
the
at a drop.
gangsters?
It's
Isn't that
just
what
an
the
empty building.
gangsters call a? Isn't that what the gangsters call a front? It's a
Yes,
front.
that's exactly
Yes.
what they call it, a front. You know, well, you think about it, there is no business to do. It's all online. NFTs or something you magically buy. I don't know how that damn thing works.
Well, they probably
I
had
never
to have
did
an
understand it
actual
when it came out.
address for the LCC or LLC or whatever they call
LLC,
it.
yeah, Limited Liability Corporation.
So somebody
It means they
rented
make the
some
money,
cheap
but they're
vacant
not
building.
responsible for all the bullshit that's going to happen because of it. But you know, it is. But now the story is that they think it's a way to.
Buyer beware.
Yeah,
It's a shell game.
that's exactly what it is. A moving of the money, and where it goes, nobody knows. Somehow, I think he knows where that money's going. It's
I
going
think
right
they'll
into
shut
his-
it down shortly.
You know, they just need to investigate. You know, because anything the man does, we have to naturally assume is criminal. He's trying to get away with some bullshit. You know he is.
The emperor has no
It's his
clothes.
modus operandi. It's who he is.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
like, well, why do you think he's doing so? Because that's what he's known for. Have you had any Trump water lately? You need to get you some.
They still worship him like he's a god, but he isn't.
Well, yeah, but his
a
godness
demigod.
is, yeah,
He's not a
demigod.
god, mate. He's a goon. He's a goon.
No, he's
He learned
is a
from the
goon.
mobsters.
he is.
That's exactly the way he runs his organization. There is
That's
no
why-
direct. He does not take,
Well, he
direct
learned from his
correspondence.
daddy is what he
He
did.
doesn't sign anything unless it's absolutely necessary. He never tells you exactly what he wants. He insinuates shit, and
Everything's really vague with him, so he can change his
everything.
mind.
is a shell game.
That's gangster talk.
Yes.
That's gangster talk.
That's exactly what it is. And ever since he started getting these Republicans on board, you always had to start wondering in the back of your mind, what the hell's he got on that guy? What's he got on him? That guy,
Did we? We always thought he's
What's he
blackmailing
got?
people.
What's he got on Lindsey Graham? That Lindsey Graham would turn himself in a pretzel, make a complete ass out of himself for Donnie. And still
Usually
is.
it's about money. I think he knows a lot about their money.
He knows a lot about them, but the thing is that he was a Democrat at first. I guess he couldn't get anything on those, So he
You're
looked
exactly
into the Republican side and he said, "Oh, I got a whole bunch
my
of."
people, my people.
Yeah.
The
But
Dems
there's a
didn't want
list
him,
of them.
mate.
There is a list of them that just make an ass, jumping ass. Jim Jordan makes an ass out of himself defending the man.
I hate that name. That name makes me feel sick.
Yeah, it should make all of us
Oh.
feel sick.
Oh,
But it shows you the type of people that can get into Congress. You don't have to be anybody good. You could be a dick, an asshole. If you sell the right shit, you
talking
get
about
in and you
Ted Cruz?
stay in. And that's what I don't know what this kid is that just got elected into the Congress, who's in the news now
Florida?
because his whole history of his life is a bunch of bullshit
Oh.
that he just made up.
Santos. His last name is Santos, I think.
Santos, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he
Yeah,
said
they're
he went to
picking away at
Harvard.
him
or-
going, "Oh, that was a lie. That was a lie. We
Yeah,
can't
you
verify
go right
that."
down the list of his whole resume, and it's all a freaking lie. So what do we do with that? What do we do? He's been elected, so really it doesn't matter. He's a congressman.
Well, it
He
should
lied and
matter.
cheated his way. He lied his way in there, but now he's in there. And you know what they
Well, but
say?
has he actually
Incumbents are
been
hard to get
sworn in
out.
yet?
They're huh?
Has he actually
Yeah.
been sworn in yet?
No, he hasn't been sworn in yet, and there's a big fuss about it. But I don't think it'll matter. I don't think it'll matter. He'll be sworn in because he won the election. He did it by lying, but unless
We're gonna have to wait and
his
see what-
district demands some kind of action, I don't think anything will happen. He'll be sworn in just like everybody else.
Yeah, I think that's what
They'll
we
have
have
to
to have.
repeal.
again.
They have to repeal
I'm
his election. The
I can't
people,
remember. Was he Delaware? Something like that?
Was he? No, he's a young fella. I don't know what his previous history is.
No, I mean his state. What state is he from?
I just know
Isn't
it's
it
in
out
the
east?
east.
that's a good question.
No, I just know it's in the east. I know I'm not prepared when I come on. There's a lot going on in life.
I know. I
should look
read
all
too
this
much
shit up.
today,
I
and it
know
all blurred together.
Yeah,
You know,
there's
I
other
would
things
love
going on in my
to-
life that are a little more important.
I would love to have the 2016 election audited and checked because I think that was interfered with. I do not think Donnie won, personally.
Well,
I
he
think
did not.
that
He did not
election was-
win the popular vote.
No,
Yeah, we know
No.
that.
He won the
But
electoral.
I think there was some twisting
I think there was
and
some
manhandling
fishy
going on
electoral stuff going on
Yeah,
there,
in
Dave.
the background. Well, mate, it's been happening for quite some time, as it would appear. I mean, they're pretty
Forever.
good at it, and I think it started back in 2016. We can make him win this. We can help him win this by doing this, this, and this. There wasn't a genuine, straight, 100% upright election. There was interference. That man has a reputation in America, or had one of the worst reputations, and yet he wins your presidency? No.
That's
I
why I'm
would
against the
like to
electoral
think
college.
that, Dave. I would like to think that, but I actually think that no.
I think organically he won it.
I think organically he won it because of the rise of hatred we saw when Obama was elected, the rise of the Tea Party, that whole bullshit that pulled every right-wing extremist, every
It was bad.
Klan member out from underneath the rock, and was you rooting for him? Yeah. And then Donnie came along, and what was the first thing he did? Well, I want to see his birth certificate. Oh, they just loved it, man. See, yeah, that's the guy, and they got him in.
Yep.
That
Does
is
anyone-
such a sad
You guys
statement on
think
our
Russia-
country, but I think that's exactly what it was. The hatred that he fed into that got him elected.
Well, the Mueller report would suggest that if Russia hadn't interfered, Donnie may not have won. If you read the Mueller report, because the amount of messing around that went with Russia and amongst the GOP,
I think they helped.
If what's his name had strode his ass out there a few days before fucking election saying we're looking into Hillary's emails,
yeah,
that was interference in the election.
But guess who
That-
gave him that
Comey.
strategy?
Was that Comey? I want to say Comey.
Yep.
I
it
don't
is
remember.
Comey.
It was Comey? Yeah.
Because Comey
7
wouldn't
years,
cooperate
buddy, of
with Trump.
shit stored up in my head. Believe me, it gets mixed up. And that's what causes me to call Karen Van Wyck Karen Van Wyck. Because
Oh,
shit gets
yeah.
up in my head, and then something will make me. I don't even know what made me start questioning it. That bothered me when the show started because I went. I knew I was saying it wrong. I knew it, but I just wouldn't. Because you have to,
How is
at a
she
certain
doing
point, you have to
anyway?
pick a lane. You got to stay in the lane or you're going to cause a wreck. Well, I picked the wrong fucking lane.
How is Karen?
How is Karen? Karen's doing fine, I hope.
She's doing fine now?
I hope.
We think so. She's pops in on YouTube.
Yeah, she's here. Oh, baby,
Or
I'll
she
tell
was, I
you
don't
what,
know.
there is no shortage of people that have heartbreak going on in their lives in this Blue Dot family. And we don't talk about
Of
a lot
what?
of shit. There's a lot of heartache in this family, baby. There are a lot
Oh,
of people
yes.
suffering through things that we don't know about each other. So
Absolutely.
always try to be kind to each other in this family because you don't know
A lot
what
of
people are
people
going
do
through.
not share.
No,
A lot of people do not share.
and they might
because
share
they're
with
embarrassed.
somebody and tell them, "Don't you dare say a thing about this shit," and I wouldn't
Yes.
dare. But yeah, there's
What's
so
that?
much. I have no
Joe,
idea.
what are you eating?
Joe, what are you eating? It's not tamales, I guarantee you that. Tamales don't make
Cheetos.
that sound.
I ate half a dozen tamales just before the show.
Yeah, but tamales ain't making that sound.
I thought the cat's knocked down something.
No, I think it was Joe and his Cheetos.
Let me put out a big
Yeah,
thank
I
you to
think so.
Keith Thompson up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "People of color have lived this, put down for hundreds of years. How does it feel? Now it's hurting you." Yeah, that's exactly what it was, Keith. That's what,
I said to this group 12 months ago, if the GOP had their way, they would reintroduce segregation. Well,
Oh.
guess what Marjorie Taylor Greene spat out her mouth?
Oh,
That
pray tell
segregation was
what?
a good thing. She said segregation was a good thing, it kept the peace.
Well,
I rest my case.
Segregation
She's an
kept the
ignorant
peace.
bitch. What can I tell you? She's about
So-
as racist a bitch as you can find, I think. To have that come out, if she said that, you know, what
That's-
that was,
that
it
is-
makes
that
me
was
feel
ego.
bad for
Ignorant.
the state of Georgia and Georgia's 14th district. Y'all got to quit
Not if
putting
they
up
voted her
ignorant
in, I
people.
don't feel
I know
bad
it. They
for
just voted her in. Hell, they had Herschel Walker up for senator. A guy who can't hardly fucking talk. Keep a straight thought in his head, and you thought, "Oh yeah, this is
still
the
makes
guy
me
for
laugh.
us." Georgia needs to get their shit together. Thank goodness we have Democrats
know,
in
right?
Georgia that stood up and elected Warnock. Thank
But
goodness for that.
No, actually, John, Georgia's trying.
They are.
If they're
They
close
are.
to 50-50, they're trying
They
hard.
are. They're like Texas, baby. They're ahead of Texas. They got two
Yes.
Democratic
Yep.
senators. What have I got? I got Ted
Yeah.
Cruz for one. Cornyn, he's just an asshole who toes the Republican line.
Cloud.
Ted is a jackass. He's an idiot. He
Yet
makes
still,
a fool
Greg
out of
Abbott
himself every
won,
time
wins
he
again.
blows in the wind with any issue. If it's better
Abbott.
for him. We got a
so
shitload of
he's a
people down here. My
carpetbagger,
Congressman
John.
Michael Cloud,
John.
I wouldn't give you two shits for him. He sits
John.
and votes exactly the way he's told, like they smack him upside the head and tell him, "Just sit in the corner there, Michael, and do what you're told." That's it.
John,
don't
I
see any
sometimes
courage
wonder
out
why
of him.
they,
Huh?
Go ahead,
I
Ed.
sometimes wonder why Texas was so wrong to re-elect Abbott despite of what happened last winter.
he had a
He's
lot of
great.
backup.
Karen, take care
Money.
of yourself, baby.
I'm just saying.
A
I'm just
better
saying.
year is coming. A better year is coming.
You know, he had a lot of money backing. This
that
last
sad?
election was the closest. That was the closest he'd ever gone to lose.
Well,
We have a long way to go, baby. We have a long
Let's
way to go. Is
say-
that the right button?
I want to
That is
see.
the right
I
button.
want to see.
But now we
I
ain't
want to
got
see the first stable genius in jail.
That's
I
all right.
wanna see
Y'all's
this
names are
guy-
more important than my handsome face.
I want to see how smart Donnie will be in jail. How much
You
he's
know
loved
that's
him.
what we're
He
all
went-
waiting on. That's what we all want.
Oh yeah.
I want to have
Will they
faith that
heal
we
the
do.
country?
I'm at that point
Will
right
they
now
heal?
that I am hopeful that our justice system is going to stand up and do the right thing, because we all know what the right thing is. It doesn't take a legal genius out here to figure out that he committed the crimes, that he sent that crowd in for that insurrection, that we have congressmen and senators that assisted him in that. We all know that. We're all witnesses to it. It is time that this country stood up and put that justice system to the test, baby. Because we know it applies to us. We know it does. We want to make sure it applies to them.
I have trust in the DOJ. It's the Supreme Court I'm not so sure about.
I've had questions about the Supreme Court myself right now, and I think the only solution there is let's just increase the number on the court, and there's no law that says we can't.
That's right.
Because right now, what are we looking at? How long is this court going to be a 6-3 court?
Oh,
a long
all their
time
life.
right now. A long time.
Yep.
Now, what was I going to say? Oh, I'm getting John's.
Huh?
I caught something from you, John.
What?
My absent-mindedness.
Buddy,
I was going to say something.
buddy,
I
you don't
forgot.
want this. It's getting severe in my case. I swear. I'm getting so many times I'm walking into a room and forgetting what the hell did I even come in here for. I'm trying. My mind is right now, and I had a discussion with somebody today, and I told him, got to pause for a minute so I can edit my comment. I was talking about a particular Blue Dot and how I am so thankful for that person because they know a lot about what's going on in my life and helps me a lot. Because not everybody knows everything about me, just like I don't know everything about y'all. But there are a lot of Blue Dots in this family that it's not going to be a great Christmas. And we're going to try to make it the best we can. But it's not the best of times for a lot of people. But that we don't want that to infect the family. This is a very tight-knit family. Squirrelitis. That's what it is. Squirrel.
Squirrelitis.
Anyway, that's what this family does.
No
that's
matter
what this conversation does every time.
Yeah.
It brings
no
this
matter
family
what,
together.
I always have this saying, and you know my saying, John.
Yeah, drink milk, get high on life.
That's right. No matter what.
Now, where was that milk?
You got to have some milk. Anyway, now I remember what I was going to say.
What
is the penalty for treason against the United States?
Well, for treason, there is the ultimate penalty.
And that's exactly what I believe will get the
we're not going to get
GOP back in line. Because if there is something,
I want him held accountable for what we all saw him do.
Well, and they can't all be above the law.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
But if you pay the ultimate price for treason, don't you think the rest of them will get in line and say,
That's the idea.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's why we do it. That's why you punish him. That's because, oh shit, don't want to do that. Look what happened to him. That's exactly what we need.
And he represented the military at the time he did what he did.
Yes, treason.
So
I'm sorry, he violated his oath of office.
Yes, and that's exactly what he did.
And uphold the laws of this nation, and he did not do that. He acted to subvert the laws of this nation. So this is a big
it's a high price to pay.
I'm looking at this as one of the biggest tests our government has faced in decades, in hundreds of years, I think, since the Civil War. We have
since the beginning of this country.
I keep saying, if we don't take care of this shit now, it's going to come back. If we don't nip this in the bud, baby, this is just practice run. They're going to come back. And what happens if they make it through? What happens if they get Trump in again? And they got him in one time.
Or one like
what
just
happens
like
then
Trump.
with the Supreme Court the way you got? They could start passing shit left and right, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden we have a law that says Donnie is what is Putin, president for life? I don't know what they call him now, but
can you imagine a day when either people who not the same color, in other words, Mexican Americans, African Americans are considered non-citizens.
Yeah.
That only certain.
You mean like going back 200 years?
Going back way past 200 years, where we're considered less than what equals.
Oh, baby.
And that's what I believe the GOP
3/5 of a man.
wants.
Yeah, it was written into our Constitution. It's not there now. Thank goodness we struck it out, because we can recognize ignorance when we get older. And that's what we're, the Republicans want to hold on to the Constitution sometimes very rigidly. The Constitution, in my opinion, is a living document. That's why they have so many amendments. An amendment comes later. It's from wisdom. You learn. You correct. You make it.
Those are corrections to mistakes that were made.
Yeah.
So that's what
only been
I
done
fear.
by the will of the people. These changes that we've seen, the amendments within our Constitution, the laws that we've seen passed, that's evidence of the power of the people, not politicians. It's the people that pass this shit. It's why we have to be so involved. It's why we have to be involved in everything. You don't have to consume your life like it has mine, but you have to be informed. You have to be knowledgeable. So when the time does come that you're asked to put your opinion in, to put your 2 cents in the voting booth, that you walk in there informed, not with emotions but with facts. With the ideals of what would better all of society, and not just your ass.
And that's the rights that they're trying to take away from us, our right to vote.
Yeah.
They keep us from.
They're not too keen on this voting thing anymore.
No.
Joe, it's not the quantity of the vote, it's the quality of the vote, my friend. Some people, they just, they don't know, and you shouldn't let them vote. Yeah, fuck them. We all get to
Absolutely.
vote. That's the deal. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening. I'm sorry my button isn't working. We're going to get that fixed and get my camera fixed, I guess, before we come back alive. But I want to thank everybody for a great conversation this evening. Oh, Lord, when did we lose Aussie Dave?
A while back.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh.
I just
He might have run out of battery or something
might
too. I
have.
don't know.
Well,
Oh,
Ozzy, if you're
Lord.
still out there, brother, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it tremendously. Ed, thank
Yes,
you for
John.
coming in. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And come back.
Will do.
Y'all come back now, yeah? Anyway.
Of course. Good night, everybody.
Anyway, Joe, thank you for coming in, brother. I appreciate it.
I'm going to see you in a couple of days, John. I'll be at
Outstanding.
your house.
Outstanding.
I'll
I'd
be at
say
your
you know
house.
where I live, but yeah, you do. It's
You
right,
betcha.
it's right down the road, so good deal. Joe, thank you very much. Tell Mama I
You're
said hello.
I sure will.
And yeah, I'll
Miss
look forward
Chick?
to seeing you. And miss you, chick, baby.
Yes, John.
Thank you, darling.
Well, you're welcome.
All
Don't forget to have everyone like, share, and subscribe.
See, how about that? Miss Chick always remember. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. John Bernaville, Blue Dot in Texas, and this Blue Dot family, baby. We work together, and we still got a long ways to go. Jeff Curry's got
There's
to
still
feed
a
his
lot of
beagle.
shit to sift through. Don't go away, people.
There you go. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself. The conversation.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all. Happy Hanukkah. Today is what? The second day of Hanukkah. That's pretty
today's
cool.
Tuesday.
See, that Hanukkah lasts, I think, 8 days. Is it 8 days?
Yeah. I think so.
Why don't Christmas last 8 days?
Are there presents? Are there
We could
presents
get
every day of
presents
Hanukkah?
every day for 8 days.
They do,
No.
yeah.
I think we're getting
Woo.
cheated. Anyway,
I think so too.
Whatever your religion, whether you have one or not, the basic slogan of peace on earth and goodwill towards man, you don't need a religion for that. That is what should burn in our hearts all year long.
Always be.
Anyway,
Be kind. Just
that's
be
right.
kind.
Just be kind. Don't be an asshole. DBAA.
No.
Don't be an asshole. It's a simple thing to remember. Smart ass squaw. Thank you for being here, darling. And Curtis Wood, Jeanette Miller, Mark Perkins, Don Cheeto. Thank you very much. Feliz Navidad, buddy. And anyway, y'all say goodnight.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night, y'all.
Christmas.
We'll see y'all again back here on Thursday night for another Blue Dot meeting. Until then, keep that smile on your face, baby. It helps your heart. Anyway, we'll see